high in the arid windswept desert of southern Peru, etched into the red-brown surface of the Nazca Plateau, lies a gallery of massive geometric designs that has puzzled the world for nearly a century. From the ground, these colossal figures look like nothing more than random, shallow trenches, barely discernible against the vast, desolate landscape. But from the air, they resolve into an extraordinary and breathtaking collection of shapes: a giant hummingbird with wings spanning hundreds of feet, a perfectly rendered spider, a whimsical monkey, and even what appears to be a human figure with large round eyes and raised hands, often dubbed the Astronaut. Beyond these iconic zoomorphic and anthropomorphic figures, there are also thousands of perfectly straight lines and intricate geometric shapes, trapezoids, triangles, and spirals that run for miles across the desert floor, crossing valleys and climbing hills without ever losing their astonishing precision. These are the Nazca Lines, and they are a discovery that challenges everything we thought we knew about the ancient people of the Andes. If they were meant to be seen, who were they meant to be seen by? Today we are exploring the profound mystery of the Nazca Lines, the giant drawings in the sand that continue to defy easy explanation, and what they reveal about the lost knowledge of a civilization that literally drew its secrets onto the face of the earth. The Nazca Lines were first brought to modern attention in 1927 by a Peruvian archaeologist named Toribio Mejia Zespe, who was hiking in the hills overlooking the plateau. He observed the vast network of lines but couldn't fully grasp their scale or complexity from ground level. It wasn't until the 1930s, when commercial flights began to cross the area, that the full scope of these monumental geoglyphs became apparent to the wider world. Pilots and passengers reported seeing enormous figures and geometric patterns stretching for miles, visible only from an aerial perspective. This immediately sparked intense curiosity and debate. Who created these? And why? And they could only be truly appreciated from the sky. This question would haunt researchers for decades, fueling both rigorous scientific inquiry and wild speculation. The lines were created by the Nazca people, a Pre-Incan culture that flourished in the region between approximately 500 BC and 500 AD. These ancient people, known for their sophisticated pottery and textiles, were the architects of these desert masterpieces. The method of their creation was deceptively simple, yet incredibly ingenious. The Nazca removed the top layer of dark iron oxide-coated stones and pebbles, which had been naturally oxidized over millennia, to reveal the lighter, yellowish white sand and clay beneath. This contrast created the distinct lines. The region's extremely dry, windless climate and stable temperatures have remarkably preserved these geoglyphs for over 2 millennia, making them one of the most enduring and enigmatic legacies of the ancient world. The sheer scale of the undertaking, covering hundreds of square miles, suggests a highly organized society with a deep understanding of geometry and planning far beyond what was previously attributed to them. The precision of their execution, often maintaining perfect straightness over kilometers, hints at a forgotten mastery of surveying and engineering. For decades, the leading researcher and tireless advocate for the Nazca Lines was a German mathematician and astronomer named Maria Reiche. She dedicated over 50 years of her life to studying, mapping, and protecting the lines, living in a small house in the desert, and meticulously documenting every detail. Reiche was convinced that the lines were a massive, sophisticated astronomical calendar, a monumental tool used by the Nazca to track the movements of the stars, the sun, and the moon. She argued that the long, straight lines pointed toward specific points on the horizon, where the sun or stars would rise or set on key dates, such as the summer and winter solstices, or the heliacal rising of important constellations. For Reiche, the Nazca were brilliant astronomers using the desert floor as a giant observatory to predict agricultural cycles and religious festivals, a testament to their advanced scientific understanding. Her work, though groundbreaking, would eventually face challenges as new technologies allowed for more precise analysis. Reiche's astronomical theory was initially supported by the discovery of similar astronomical alignments in other ancient cultures, such as the builders of Stonehenge in England and the pyramids of Egypt and Mesoamerica, suggesting a universal ancient fascination with celestial mechanics. However, as modern researchers began to use advanced computer modeling, GPS as satellite imagery to study the lines with unprecedented precision, they found that the astronomical alignments were not as consistent or prevalent as Reiche had initially claimed. While some alignments undoubtedly exist, only a small percentage of the thousands of lines pointed toward significant astronomical events, leading many to question if this was their primary purpose. This didn't entirely debunk Reiche's work, but it suggested a more complex, multifaceted purpose for the lines, perhaps combining astronomical observations with other, more terrestrial functions. This led to a new wave of theories about the true purpose of the lines, moving beyond purely astronomical interpretations. Some researchers have suggested that the lines were processional ways, sacred paths that the Nazca people walked during religious ceremonies, rituals, or pilgrimages. They point to the fact that many of the lines are cleared of stones and have been packed down by human feet, indicating repeated use. These paths might have led to specific ceremonial sites or sacred geographical features, perhaps connecting different Nazca settlements or important spiritual locations. The act of walking these paths could have been a meditative or transformative experience, a physical journey mirroring a spiritual one, intended to connect the earthly realm with the divine. This theory emphasizes the spiritual and communal aspects of the Nazca culture, seeing the lines as a form of sacred landscape architecture. Others have proposed that the lines were related to water, a precious and scarce resource in the extremely arid Nazca Desert. They argue that the lines follow the paths of underground aquifers that point toward the sources of water in the nearby mountains, or were part of a complex system of water divination or irrigation, perhaps even serving as offerings to water deities to ensure rainfall. The Nazca people were masters of hydraulic engineering, creating sophisticated underground aqueducts called puquios to access groundwater. It's plausible that the geoglyphs were part of a larger symbolic system to honor or locate this life-giving element, a desperate plea to the heavens for survival in a harsh environment. This theory gains traction when considering the vital importance of water to any civilization in such an arid region. Yet another compelling theory connects the geoglyphs to the Nazca's spiritual beliefs and shamanic practices. The animals depicted, hummingbirds, monkeys, spiders, lizards, pelicans, are often associated with fertility, water, and various deities in Andean cosmology. It's possible these were totemic figures representing clans or spiritual guides, or perhaps part of elaborate rituals to communicate with the gods of the sky and the mountains. The act of creating these massive figures visible only from above, could have been a communal, spiritual endeavor, a way to connect the earthly realm with the celestial, or to make offerings visible to the divine. The shaman, perhaps in a trance state, might have guided the creation of these figures, seeing them as a bridge between worlds and a sacred language understood by both humans and deities. This perspective highlights the deep spiritual connection the Nazca had with their environment and the cosmos. But the most controversial and widely debated theory about the Nazca Lines is the ancient astronaut theory, popularized by the Swiss author Erich von Däniken in his sensational 1968 book, Chariots of the Gods. Von Däniken argued that the long, perfectly straight lines were not ceremonial paths or astronomical markers, but rather landing strips for extraterrestrial spacecraft, but that of the giant figures were beacons designed to guide these alien visitors to Earth. He pointed to the enigmatic astronaut figure, a human-like shape with large round eyes and a raised hand, as compelling evidence of ancient contact with aliens, suggesting it was a depiction of an extraterrestrial being or an ancient Nazca person waving to a departing spaceship. This theory, while captivating to many, has been widely dismissed by mainstream archaeology, yet it continues to fuel popular imagination and documentaries, pushing the boundaries of what we consider possible in ancient history. The mainstream scientific community has been overwhelmingly dismissive of von Däniken's claims, labeling them as pseudoscience. They argue that the Nazca people were perfectly capable of creating the lines using simple tools and techniques, such as ropes, stakes, and basic surveying methods. Experiments have shown that large-scale designs can be accurately transferred from small models to the ground using these primitive tools. They also point to the fact that the landing strips are made of soft sand and gravel, and would be entirely unsuitable for any kind of aircraft, let alone a spacecraft. Furthermore, they contend that the astronaut figure is actually a representation of a shaman or a deity, and that the large, round eyes are a common stylistic feature of Nazca art, not an indication of alien physiognomy. While these explanations are scientifically sound, they often fail to fully capture the sense of wonder and the lingering questions that the Nazca Lines evoke, leaving a void that alternative theories are quick to fill. Despite the debunking of the ancient astronaut theory by mainstream archaeology, the sheer precision of the lines remains a source of wonder. Some of the straight lines run for over 5 miles with a deviation of less than a few feet, maintaining an almost laser-like accuracy across undulating terrain. How did the Nazca achieve such geometric perfection without the benefit of an aerial perspective, without modern surveying equipment? And why would they create designs that can only be fully appreciated from the air, seemingly for an audience beyond the human eye? These questions continue to fuel the mystery and keep the debate alive, pushing the boundaries of what we believe ancient cultures were capable of, and forcing us to consider the possibility of lost technologies or forgotten knowledge that defies our current understanding. The Nazca Lines are not an isolated discovery. Similar geoglyphs have been found in other parts of Peru, as well as in the United States. For example, the Blythe intaglios in California, Chile, as even the United Kingdom. For example, the Cerne Abbasid giant. These widespread designs suggest that there was a global tradition of large-scale, symbolic earth art that was practiced by many ancient cultures across the globe, each with their own unique interpretations and purposes. This global phenomenon hints at a shared human impulse to interact with the landscape on a monumental scale, perhaps to communicate with the heavens or to leave messages for future generations. Could there be a common thread, a lost global culture that inspired these monumental earthworks across continents, suggesting a universal language of the ancients etched into the very surface of our planet? Imagine what else we've lost. If thousands of lines and figures could survive for 2,000 years in the dry, stable desert of Nazca, how many other impossible designs were created in less forgiving environments, only to be destroyed by the elements, erosion, or the relentless passage of time? We are looking at a world where the people of the past were engaged in profound spiritual, astronomical, or even technological endeavors, leaving behind clues that challenge our linear understanding of progress. The Nazca Lines stand as a testament to a cultural and symbolic revolution, a sophisticated society whose ultimate collapse left behind an enduring enigma, a silent message etched into the earth itself, waiting for us to fully decipher. It forces us to consider the fragility of knowledge and the immense power of nature to reclaim even the most monumental human creations. The debate over the Nazca Lines is a perfect example of the forbidden archaeology struggle. It is a clash between the established academic world, which demands rigorous proof, adheres to a specific, often rigid, timeline of cultural and technological evolution, and often struggles to explain anomalies. On the other side are independent researchers and curious minds who are willing to look at these anomalies, challenge the status quo, and consider radical new interpretations. If the Nazca were indeed communicating with the heavens, using the earth as their canvas, or possessing knowledge of advanced surveying techniques that we have only recently rediscovered, it means that our understanding of the past is fundamentally flawed. It means that we aren't the first to look at the stars with such profound intent, or to leave such indelible marks for an unseen audience. It forces us to question the very foundations of our historical narrative, and to remain open to the possibility that history is far more complex and mysterious than we currently understand. As we look at the giant hummingbird, the sprawling geometric lines, and the enigmatic astronaut figure etched into the Nazca Plateau, we are looking at more than just ancient art. We are looking at a mirror of our own ingenuity, a reflection of humanity's enduring quest for meaning and connection. We are looking at a gallery of art that was built to bring order to the chaos of the desert, to make the invisible visible, and to communicate across vast distances, perhaps even across time. It is a testament to the human desire to explore, to understand the universe, and to leave a legacy, no matter the cost or the challenges. The Nazca Lines stand as a silent, yet powerful message from the past, urging us to question, to explore, and to look beyond the obvious into the depths of our forgotten history. They are a profound reminder that the most astonishing discoveries are often those that have been hidden in plain sight, waiting for us to unlock their secrets. In our next episode, we're going to look at a mystery that is even more ancient and equally perplexing, found in the heart of the United States, a discovery that features massive earthen structures, some shaped like animals, or others like geometric mounds lying deeper beneath the earth. Structures that some say are natural formations, but others believe are the undeniable ruins of a sophisticated civilization that vanished before the dawn of recorded history in North America. Join us as we explore the secrets of the mound builders and the lost cities they left behind. The truth is waiting, and it's buried right beneath our feet. If you want to see the breathtaking aerial photography, the detailed 3D reconstructions of the Nazca Lines, and the scientific analyses that explore their astronomical, ritualistic, and hydrological purposes. Make sure you check out the full series playlist. We are uncovering a history that was buried for a reason, a past that refuses to stay hidden. Don't let it stay hidden. The truth is rising, and it's etched into the very fabric of our planet, promising to change your perception of humanity forever. The journey into the forbidden past has only just begun. And the next revelation is just a click away.